Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked? Here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We're delighted you're here. We broadcast 2 hours from the Missouri Ozark Mountains. There's a link to your instructors on the website, USAPrepares.com. You can click on the Instructors tab. John is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. I'm Vincent Finelli. And with us today is Mike Ma. Welcome, Mike Ma.
Well, good morning, Vincent. Thanks for having me.
You know, Mike, I was walking down the hallway this morning at the farmhouse. And I thought, you know, it's really kind of nice. I have a constant way of remembering Mike Ma. I can remember Mike Ma anytime I want. All I have to do is look at my wrist. And there is the scar. from where you shot me.
And the house is scarred.
Yeah, the house, you know, really, we've got a couple locations in the house where we have these dings in the wall, and the plan is to never paint them. So what we'll do is just maybe put a little frame, a permanent frame around them, and maybe, and that will be our reminder of the shootout at the farmhouse. Yeah, so Mike, I still have that scar right on my wrist. Now, do you still have your scar?
Oh yes. I've got scars all over me.
Oh, wow. Mike, that was some training. You know, I was telling a story about how, well, you may not know this, Mike, but you were going to do some training here with some of our instructors, and they wanted their family to be trained. And you were in the kitchen, and you know, we're getting ready for the training, and the trainees arrived. And I said, "Hey, Mike, I'm going to go say hi to these guys. They just pulled up." And so I went out the side door, and I greeted them, and I said, "Hey, look, I just want you to know, this is this, you know, you weren't there, so I kind of prevented you from hearing this." Uh-huh. I said, "Just want you to know, this is the scariest thing you've ever done. You don't have to do this." Yeah, I said,
can't be that bad. Can't be that. Well, that's what they were thinking,
Mike. Well, that's what they were thinking. That's what they were thinking. He said, "Oh, that's okay. I'm good. I'm good." And then minutes later, I heard the screams. I was in the farmhouse and you guys were outside, and I'm sure that those screams could have been heard for a mile. But and the reason I'm telling this story, sort of telling it, I'm leaving out some details on purpose. The reason I'm telling this story is because it is clear to me that most of us who think we're all ready and prepared for whatever may happen, we're not prepared. And let me give you an example of that. I don't know if you know this, Mike, but I was trained by the NRA as a range safety officer before I met you.
Okay.
And the NRA teaches, you know, get on the line and ready on the line, and they teach you when you can remove your handgun from your holster, when you can't, when you can fire, and when you stop firing. They tell you. Yeah. You're being told what to do by somebody else. And the point of all this is, if you're being told when you can and can't shoot, you're going to be programmed that way. Yeah. And the training that you provide has nothing to do with safety, except maybe the safety of yourself.
Yes, that's personal responsibility. That's the only safety there is. And we talk about your finger and keeping it off the trigger and keep it pointed in a safe place until you're ready to make it unsafe. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so with that, today's broadcast classroom with SeniorUSAPrepares.com, Mike Ma, he's an author, he's a speaker, he's an educator, he's a trainer, and he's my very, very close friend. And we're going to spend the next 2 hours talking about bribing. And yes, you heard that right. How to bribe for your life. We're going to talk about traveling, how to do it safely. And we're going to talk about the three-man militia. And Mike, you've taught many seminars on how to bribe for your life. Now, this may seem a little unsettling to people, but believe it or not, the world works this way in many places, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. And it's more than just in maybe a violent situation. You use it throughout your life and business.
I had lunch, and I don't go out very often, but I happened to be in Springfield, Missouri for a blood test. Dr. Shealy wanted my family to go for a blood test because he's doing this trial with us on the bliss oils to see if they will increase our telomere length. And so my mom and Mrs. Finelli and I went to Springfield yesterday. And I remember we had lunch at a Chinese restaurant, but we don't go out to eat very often. And I remember that you and I were there at that same Chinese restaurant, and one of the gals was there, and I was tempted to ask her if she remembered you, but I didn't. And the reason is that, Mike, one of the things that you do is you tip in a very unusual way, very unusual. And as a matter of fact, you don't just tip, you over tip. But I didn't. But I have a feeling if I were to describe Mike Ma and being in the restaurant years ago, I'll bet you she would remember you from the way you behave. And it's not like you were doing something that was ugly or mean or nasty. It's exactly the opposite, that you were a gentleman and you were friendly and kind above and beyond. So can you, and that's part of this bribing, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. It's like I say, body language. Like I say, I live in Guatemala, Central America, and I don't speak Spanish. So everything is based on body language. I didn't realize that body language is really more important than what you say. And the reason I say that is, like I say, I make friends, I get along with people, and I can't even speak to them. And many people, I say, they're comfortable around me, and they don't even know what I'm talking about. So it's the body language, and that includes mannerisms and the tone of voice, and everything that you do that they see, and they don't even have to be talking to you. Somebody across the room will see the same thing. It's very important. Good mannerisms is very important.
Okay, so let's talk about how you pave the way for your next visit. Okay, so you visit a place and you think, I might be back here someday. How do you make sure that things go really smoothly for your next visit?
Okay, the first thing you have to do first impressions, and I smile a lot. I used to think there was something. Well, people used to tell me there was something wrong with me because I smiled so much. But like I say, I enjoy smiling. I enjoy people, and when I see things, I ask questions, and all this stuff. Acting like that gets people's attention, and they feel needed, and they are needed. And like I say, even though I'm only here once, I might, like, I'm on the motorcycle and I'm traveling, and I'll wave and I'll be real nice to them, And, maybe 100 yards down the road, my motorcycle might break. So I might be back. That's why I'm nice to these people all the time, because I need them. I may need them. And at the same time, when I'm being nice to them, that opens them up. And like I say, they feel comfortable, and we're all comfortable with each other. And I do the same thing, like I say, with law enforcement, military, bandits, guerrillas, the rebels. It doesn't make any difference. I'm the same way. Like I say, I don't want violence, and I want us all to have fun. I mean, life is a lot of fun. And to me, I'm seeing things that I've never seen before, and I don't understand anything. And so I'm seeing it, and I don't understand it, and so I'm letting them try to explain to me what I'm seeing, and we don't even speak the same language. So it ends up they're using body language also. So we're all having a lot of fun just trying to get through the next few minutes. It is. It's really interesting and entertaining to everybody.
Well, you certainly are entertaining, and you do smile a lot. There's no question about it, and it opens a lot of doors. And speaking of opening a lot of doors, class, if Mike Ma and I are walking, let's say we're walking into that restaurant, that same restaurant, it will almost be a race to see who can open the door for the other, rather than I'll just slow up my pace and let the other guy open the door. It's going that little bit of extra distance. It may not cost anything. That smile doesn't cost anything, but it can really help.
Mm-hmm. And right
it really can.
The manners. I mean, opening doors, it's just good manners. It's just, I'm amazed how men don't do that more often. And it's funny because I'll open a door for a woman, and all the other women that aren't even close to the door, I get their eyes when they see me do that. And, it's the same thing, pulling a chair out, just using manners that we know of. Just using that, and not only whatever woman I have, but also other women. I do it to everybody,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I experienced that yesterday. I held the door open for people, and I thought, what's this guy doing? And I sat down at a restaurant. A guy was waiting for his food, and he was just sitting alone, and I started talking to him. He was kind of surprised, like, why are you talking to me? Why are you smiling? And we can do it. And what did it cost? Nothing. And I made a new friend. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I'm the president of the largest private news and research network in the world. And I paid for this airtime because I have an important message to the American people. There's a change coming that the government isn't telling you about. This change has deep implications for life in America, from where you shop to the doctors you visit and the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. Thing is, I was right then too. A few years ago, I warned that housing prices would collapse. They did. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash. They did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all.
You can watch the video for free right now by going to dollardownfall.com. Again, that's dollardownfall.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Class, we learned that bribing can be free. Bribing the Mike Ma way can be as simple as a smile, some positive body language, opening the door. And if you'd like to go to Mike Ma's website, it's NoStressMike.com. NoStressMike.com. And there's a link to Mike Ma on the website, usaprepares.com. On the instructors tab. Mike, I was having a chat. Erin Dakins called me last night. Erin Dakins is a broadcaster here at GCN, and she's on from 10 to midnight Central Time, Monday through Friday. And she asked me a question, and I'd like to share this with you, and I'd like to share my response and her response and get your take on this. She said, Vinny, what do you think the percentage of people who will survive is? By that, she said, that have the edge to survive, the desire, the serious desire. They can be the MacGyver, the person who uses what's around him or her to literally survive, that has the knowledge and the skills and so forth to survive, and the will to survive. And I said, well, 1%. And she said, really? 1%? And I said, what do you think, Erin? She said 30%. So we talked a little longer, and I described why I said 1%. And she said, and I said, so are you down to 1%? She said, 20%. And by the time we talked for another 15 minutes or so, she was down to 10%. And I said, can we take it down to 5? And she said, no, she's holding at 10. Now, here's the point. The point is that we have different perspectives on who is going to survive based on skills, knowledge, desire, tactics, strategies, wherewithal, all those things. Mike, what do you think? You travel around the world. You've been in lots of places, and places that many of us haven't been. What do you think of the Americans' ability to survive, those that have the desire, the willingness, the skills, the tactics, the training, all of those things to survive?
The trick you said was Americans. Now,
yes.
One unique advantage that the Americans have over everybody else. Now, I believe the United States became strong because of strong individuals coming together for a common goal. And that goal is an impossible thing to most people. but it takes strong individuals to do it. Now, where I'm at in Oklahoma, when they see my car, we're about 500 population, and when they see my car there, then they know I'm there, and then people stop by, and we kind of brainstorm out in the garage or out in the barn. And what I figured out is you may be right on the 1%, except the majority of the let me see, how do I say this? The people that really take personal responsibility, they look for leadership. And the way we look at it is when bad things happen, everybody's going to look around, and whoever's standing tall, they will take them for a lead. Just like we were talking about the body language and all this kind of stuff. They're going to see who's standing tall and strong, and they will take his lead and do what he does. And now I do that even in Central America. Like I say, I don't speak, but there's something that needs to be done. I'll look at it, and everybody's standing around looking like a tree's laying across the road. And I'll look at it, and everybody's standing around looking, and what do we do? What do we do? I'll go over there and grab the tree like I'm getting ready to lift the tree up off the road. And everybody will say, oh, well, then the next thing I know, we're all over there lifting the tree and getting it off the road. So I believe that when that 1% is the leadership is what it is. Now, how many is going to follow when you start talking about percentage? I don't know, but there's going to be a whole lot more than what you think. And it's going to be the ones that, like you said, have skills, they're physically fit, and they're knowledgeable. These are the ones that are going to jump in and help lift that tree off the road. Now, the sickly ones, they won't. And the weak ones, they won't do it.
Mm-hmm. Good answer, Mike. Mike Ma and I will be right back after these few short bottom-of-the-hour commercials, and we're going to talk more about bribing. And my next question for Mike Ma is, okay, so if we're going to bribe, what do we have with us in our pockets, maybe in our trunk of our car, maybe in our bag? What do we have? What tricks do we have in our bag for bribing?
Hi, I'm Rick Ossick with Famous Footwear. Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies? That's why we support the March of Dimes in the fight against premature birth. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment programs, and outreach to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Learn how you can help save babies' lives at marchofdimes.org.
It's time to kick some ash because cigarettes have met their match. Smokers are switching to Vaporite e-liquid by LeSig because when you kick ash, you kick tar and smelly smoke too. LeSig smokes the competition with real people customer service, a 7-day satisfaction guarantee, and same-day fast free shipping. Become a vapor today at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes. Kick some ash.
You wouldn't go swim with the sharks without a cage, would you?
Hey, has anyone seen Larry?
It's in our nature to protect ourselves, especially when protection is simple and affordable. That's why IDStronghold.com has been providing affordable RFID protection for over 10 years. ID Stronghold wallets protect you from electronic pickpockets who pass near you with a scanner and steal your credit and debit card info, as well as data from other cards containing RFID chips. IDStronghold.com, the original maker of shielded wallets, is a technology company, so we understand how to best protect you against intrusive radio waves. ID Stronghold wallets are designed to block RFID signals, open or close, no matter where in the wallet you put your cards. Most other RFID wallets on the market were designed with only fashion in mind and don't shield properly, if at all. If you're shopping for your next wallet, be sure to get the protection you deserve by going to idstronghold.com, because getting anything else is like being the next victim in a Jaws movie.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Class Mike Ma's with us, and we're talking about survival. We're talking about preparedness. We're talking about bribing for your life. Mike, let me make this comment, and let me get your reaction. Then we'll talk about what do you bring with you for bribing purposes, trinkets, and so forth. So I believe, Mike, that if a person has not experienced serious training for a home invasion, serious training for kidnapping, serious training for a holdup, serious training for a shootout, that person is not ready. What's your reaction?
No, you're not quite right on that. The first thing is you had serious training before I met you. I know you had serious training. And how well did it work? Okay, that's the first thing. And then the other thing, I don't know how many times you hear about people that have never handled a firearm before, and they're in a really bad situation. They get their hands on it, and they just start shooting, and it works. So I think what it is more than anything is attitude. With your attitude, you're going to make split-second decisions that are going to be positive for your outcome. If you don't have the proper attitude, it's going to be like what you're talking about. You're going to just do what you're told. And just like when we shot with each other, I didn't tell you how to shoot, when to shoot, and none of that kind of stuff. I left it all up to you. And the first time, it didn't work for you. But after that, well, then everything worked for you. Like I say, I couldn't get close to you after the first time. And it's the same thing. Like I say, there's mothers that they just hate firearms and all this kind of stuff. And then something happens, I mean, they will get their, if there's a firearm around, they know it's there, they're going to get their hands on it, and they're going to start making noise, so they're going to get results. Why? Because their attitude. And it's the same thing for you. It was your attitude. That's why all it took was one time of reality check, and then after that, you can pretty much get yourself through any situation.
So class, I really believe that training helps, and the Mike Ma way of training is it happens. He engineers the situation. It is terrifying, and then we talk about what happened, what went right, what went wrong, and the first time, a lot of things went wrong, like my gun jammed, and I was outgunned 3-1. Mm-hmm. They had shotguns, and I had a revolver that was jammed, and I had nowhere to go. Yeah. So, Mike, what do you carry with you when you're bribing?
Okay, it's funny that you mentioned a bag of tricks, and it's funny. The first thing that you really need is skills. That really is, because you run out of stuff. And what I do, I have a gym bag that I carry leather working stuff, so I can make things out of leather or repair leather. That's in one gym bag. I have another gym bag that I can sharpen things. I can sharpen most anything except for a knife. I can't do them by hand. I can't do it by hand, make them razor sharp. But anything other than that, I can sharpen them up. And then, so that's the bags of stuff that gives me skills that makes it so people want me to be around. They have things that need to be sharpened or repaired, and then, boy, that's it. And so I'm good. But also, I have things. But I say the things, you only have so many things. I'm gone, I'll be gone 6 months on a trip. I'll be out, no telling where, for 6 months. You can't carry enough stuff. And so, but what I will have is I'll have gold coins, and that's mainly for if I have big time emergencies. If I need to get on a plane, if I need an operation, just really big thing. Maybe I need to buy another vehicle. That's what I would use the gold coin for. Silver coins, I use silver coins that are made to impress. They're kind of like the copper coins. I use copper coins too. The copper coins are a whole lot cheaper than the silver. But like I say, when they're bright and shiny like that, kind of like, remember in the old days when they had the beads and they'd give them to the Indians? Well, the same thing. These are bright and shiny and big 1 ounce coins. And like I say, you drop it in their hand, and when it hits their hand, boy, they can feel that weight. And so, their eyes light up and all this type of stuff. So I'll use a lot of the coins. Now, like I say, the silver coins is I mainly have for if it's somebody's birthday or anniversaries, some kind of big special occasion, and I'm going to this party or something like that, and I'm Chinese, and we put things in a red envelope, and it's good luck is what it is when you put in a red envelope. And I'll put the coin in that red envelope. And so these are all things, like I say, that helps them remember me. And that opens doors later on in the future. Because I say, I might be coming back through again, and no telling what's going to happen. So you got that, and then beef jerky. You can get small packages of beef jerky, or you can get single sticks of beef jerky. Those are things when I'm asking for directions and stuff like that. And you don't want to impress them a whole lot, so that's why I'm saying you use something like beef jerky and cookies, individually wrapped, cracker cookie things, and just anything that will withstand. Now, see, I'm down in tropical weather, so I need stuff that can handle the weather, it's lightweight. They take up less room, and like I say, you've got to be open to their cultures. There's a certain way to present all this stuff to them. And normally, I don't do it where everybody can see it, because, like I say, it's that person is the one that I'm trying to impress. And like I say, I've been doing necklaces. I started using necklaces now. Like I say, I get them, not by the gross, but I can get them by the dozen. And like I say, so that's other stuff that I can present. It's funny because, I've given him the necklace to a man, and then, what good is that going to do to a man? Well, he's got a woman. So, that's where it's going to happen. He's going to get it and give it to his woman. So I've impressed two people with the same gift. So, and that's the kind of things you need to be aware of. You want to try to be pleasant and helpful to as many as possible. And it doesn't take a whole lot. But like I say, food is really a good thing, sealed food. Some places, they don't let food in, so you got to know what it is that you're getting into. Now, I'm on the road. I'm driving, so that's why it's easier for me to take the food. I tried jewels, diamonds, rubies, and all that kind of stuff, and that doesn't work. They're too small, and people don't really know what they are. They're really not that impressive. If you find jewelers, yeah, you can impress a jeweler, but that's about all you can do. But like I say, it's services, skills that you have, and like I say, small things that really make the difference. You don't need to shake the world. All you need to do is just kind of put a little sparkle in their world. That's all it takes.
Now, Mike, how do you know what you should pull out of your bag of tricks, for example? So how do you know? Can you give us an example of, let's say maybe a border crossing, and it looks like you're just not going to get through unless you pay this toll. But how do you know how much the toll should be? Is it that necklace? Is it a cookie? Is it beef jerky? Or is it bigger than that? How do you determine that?
Okay. Well, the first thing when you're at a border nowadays, they've got cameras all over, so you can't really do a whole lot right there. That's where your good mannerisms and stuff like that goes into effect. I've tried, and I learned this. I tried to give a copper coin, and when I dropped it in their hand, and they were impressed, but then they said they can't take it, and that was the only time I've ever had anybody that wouldn't take that coin. They're big and shiny, they're really nice, and they said they couldn't take it, and then they moved their eyeballs back, and you could see they were talking about the cameras, and so that's why I learned, well, you're probably limited right there, because they'll see me giving it to them. So, but other than that, I never give money. And it's just like what you're saying, I don't know how much to give. Now, back 20 or 30 years ago, when law enforcement would stop you, the only one that you had to worry about bribing was the guy with the gun. It used to be everybody had guns, only the boss. Like I say, there'll be like 5 policemen there to stop you. Only one will have a gun. He's the one that you're going to bribe. And at that time, it was before I went down there, I was talking to people, and they told me how much you're supposed to bribe. I mean, it's like everybody knows it, and I was really cheaper than I thought. I mean, at that time, it was like $5. And I said, $5, you can bribe somebody for $5? And they said, well, you're just one of many that's coming through. And, at that time, what they would do is all the police or military would stand around your car, and one would come in and put his arms in your window and talk to you. And when his arms are in the window, that's when you put a $5 bill in his hand. And then, then he'll just say, okay, everything's okay. And then he'll step back, and then you can drive on. So it was easy back then. Now things have changed.
Fascinating. And you're talking about Mexico, Central America?
Yes.
Mike Ma's with us. We'll be right back. We're talking more about bribing and bribing your way to save your life. We'll be right back. By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com. So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help, so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without a Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Class, I thought you needed to meet my instructor, Mike Ma. Mike, can you share a story with us? One that involves traveling, one that involves where everybody lived. Can you share a story with us that just comes to the top of your mind?
Okay. Every time you travel in cross borders, especially, it's really, really tough on the road. That's why a lot of people fly. But when it's completely different when you're driving, and it's even different when you're taking things. And one time, I took a big old box truck, like a U-Haul trailer or a U-Haul truck, a big one, and I took that down there. And I had, matter of fact, that's when we moved down there. But somebody wanted the truck, so I volunteered to drive it down there, but I loaded it with all my stuff. And so that complicated things. That made things even worse. And when we got to the border and we were trying to cross, well, then they want to tax you for everything that you have. And, I have no problem. It's their border and all that. But it came out like $10,000 they wanted in taxes. And now that became a problem. And, but I didn't know how to do it. So I had to I don't speak, but there was somebody with us that could speak. And he would be talking to different people. And I was watching body language. And, I could watch and see who it is that had some kind of importance. And I really didn't know what they did. And then he was talking to a guy, and this guy really looked like he knew something. And then it turned out he could speak a little bit of English. And so what it ended up, we went off to the side, and we just started talking. And I found out that he had a child, just had a baby. And what his job was to help people cross the border. And normally people will hire somebody and they will come to him, and then he would work things out, and then he would be the direct man to the border crossing people. And so I'm talking to the direct guy that's going to be talking to them. And so then I as he was talking, tell me about his newborn. And in the Chinese culture, gold is a big thing. And so I got that red envelope with a gold coin, a 1/10 ounce gold coin. It was just a little one. And I gave it to him, and that's for his son. Especially, it was his firstborn, and it was a boy. And that's a big thing in the Chinese culture. And so I told him I wanted to be the first person to give his son gold. And the coin was, at that time, was worth about $35, a 10th ounce gold coin. And, so I gave that to him. And then the next thing I know, he says he's talking to the other people that I'm traveling with, and then they go off, and then they come back, and we ended up paying $500 in taxes to cross the border. So, in other words, he put out that extra special effort to get things done. And that was one of the times I used gold. I say seldom I use gold, but I do have small gold coins for that particular kind of stuff. So, but yeah.
Mike, has it ever not worked?
Other than when you're right at the border itself and the cameras are watching you, that's the only time you really can't do it. So you just once you see the cameras, then you know you just got to be at their mercy.
Okay, Mike Ma's with us, senior USAPrepares.com instructor, NoStressMike.com, NoStressMike.com. Mike's an author of at least 4 books. One of your books is unpublished, right, Mike?
Yes.
Yep. And that will be published upon Mike's death. Very interesting concept. I haven't seen it, but I have all his other books. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the 3-man militia. The 3-man militia. A little scary? No, not really. We're going to tell you how it works, why it works, and how you need to consider implementing it in your family and neighborhood. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Hello?
Congratulations.
For what?
For losing all that weight. How'd you do it so fast?
ASAP.
What? What's that mean?
Are you ready to get as skinny as possible, as soon as possible, as simple as possible, and as sexy as possible?
I'm listening.
Then get with the ASAP program. It's real and it works. No smooth talk, no slick advertising, and no exaggerated claims of success.
I've got to know more.
Welcome to ASAP, as slim as possible. Whether you have 10, 20, or 50 pounds to lose, ASAP is your weight loss answer. ASAP targets the abnormal fat reserves and makes them available to be burned as fuel and contains no caffeine or hormones. Order ASAP at wholesale prices or join the team to share the business with others. Go to GCNteam.com or call 855-GCN-MALL. That's 855-426-6255. GCNteam.com or 855-426-6255. Lose weight and look great with ASAP, as slim as possible.
My name is Dell, and I live in El Cajon, California. I was concerned about my cholesterol readings because I knew that high cholesterol is related to clogging of the arteries and increases the risk for heart attack and stroke. One day, I heard an ad for Heart and Body Extract, and I was skeptical, but I decided to give it a try. Man, the numbers don't lie.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without a Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Everyone all set, cocked and locked? Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Mike Ma's with us. Mike Ma lives in Guatemala, Central America, and he's in the States for a little while longer, and I'm delighted to be broadcasting with him. And I just wanted to make a quick announcement, 2 quick announcements. One, top of the hour news, there was a discussion about the airbag recall. It affects a lot of vehicles, a lot of them. The list is quite extensive. So Acura, BMW, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Daimler, Dodge, Ford, GMC, Honda, Infiniti, Lexus, Mazda, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Pontiac, Saab, Subaru, Toyota. Looks like thousands and thousands of vehicles are included in this list. I will post the full list of the affected vehicles during this broadcast on the website, usaprepares.com. It'll be on page 1. Probably during the next commercial break, I'll be posting that. Mike Ma's with us. Oh, one other announcement. Meet up on Monday. I'll be there. It'll be just me. on stage. I've got a few very, very important videos I'd like to share, short videos. And top of the hour, I'm sorry, I'll talk about, at the beginning, I'll talk about my take on the news and then what I see in the future for all of us. My take on what we are in for. And a lot of it's not very good. So that's Monday's meetup at Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8 p.m. Monday. It's absolutely free, and if you'd like to have dinner with us, you certainly may. Jimmy's Egg, and the information's on the website, usaprepares.com. Mike Ma's with us. Mike, we're going to talk about, for this hour, the three-man militia, why it's important, how to form one, and the usefulness of it. And, Mike, some people may think we're just talking about guns, killing people. Yeah. What does it really mean? What's it really mean?
Okay. The first thing, the whole concept is not a new concept. I was in Vietnam in the Marines, and I was out in the jungle the whole time. And it turned out that even the Marines, less than 10% were in combat. And I thought all Marines were. But like I say, less than 10%. The rest are in the logistics and the support system. And what we were out in the field, we were divided up into three-man fire teams. And we took care of ourselves. So we have three like that, and there'll be like 100 of us out there. And it's all divided out into threes. And so even when our leadership, the captains and lieutenants and stuff, we lose them, we were still capable of functioning. And the reason we were is because we depended on the two guys next to you, and that's it. So we're divided up into three-man teams. And but I wondered how could three make that much difference? And like I say, we would have the combat through the night, and then the next morning, you know, you look around and you'll see who's still there. In other words, we weren't affected by who was lost, how many people we lost. And so that's what made me start thinking, you know, it's a workable plan. It is something that's been proven. Now, the next thing was, why were we able to do that? And it was the logistics. And so when I talk about the three-man militia, really, it doesn't have anything to do with firearms and fighting and all that stuff, not to start with. And the reason is, if you don't have the logistics, if you don't have the support, it's not going to work anyway. And that's why a lot of people are loners, and they think they can take on the world by themselves. But it doesn't quite work like that. You can go hide behind a rock somewhere, and I guess you could do it like that, but that's not much of a life. But like I say, as a three-man team, you really need to have skills of some type. I already talked about some of the skills that I travel with. Okay, but you need skills like communications, first aid, radiation, chemicals. These are skills that you really need. You don't need to be a professional at it, but you need to have some knowledge about it. And the equipment, you'd be surprised. Most of the time, it doesn't take much equipment to do a lot of stuff. It's the knowledge that makes it so important. And then when you have that knowledge, then you can share it with somebody. And then so, like, let's say you're going to do a gardening militia. Okay, you have a garden, and but some of us aren't gardeners. We don't really know how to do it. So we need somebody that knows how to do it. So then you'll be your gardener and two others that want to learn. And like I say, they'll help you garden and this type of stuff. And you're going to need food. And that's why I say you're going to need first aid. You're going to need a lot of this stuff. So and what's funny, you're learning how to garden. But while we're over here digging in the dirt, that's not the important part. Yes, it is. We're going to need the food. We're growing food. We're becoming independent. Yes. But the important part is we're building a relationship. And that is what's important. A trust. And then when things are broke down and with 911, you don't have any response and you have weird things going all around you. I say, for me, I'm in bad situations. I'm in martial law. I see foreign troops around me all the time. So now I'm getting used to it. But like I say, when you first start doing that, where do you go? What do you do? But this way, at least you'll have two others that you can trust. And that's what you're building, is that relationship. And if you can build it around some kind of knowledge, some useful knowledge, like I say, gardening. And then, like I say, you have 4 or 5 will come join you, you know. So, and then when you get 6, well, then you divide it up into 2 3-man teams. And whatever these skills are that you learn, you share them with others. And it's the same thing. You'll find others that know something. You go join them so you can learn something about it. If it's interesting to you, good. You can spend more time in it. If not, well, you just learned a little bit about it. Plus, you learn who the people are that know about this stuff. So, I say, I'm not a gardener, so I'll probably lose interest pretty quick. But the thing is, now I know who knows. And then when the situation comes up and I have to learn gardening, I know exactly who I can count on to give me the tips, who will give me the right leads, who would know about this stuff. And that's basically what the 3-man militia is all about. Learning. It's kind of like merit badges, you know, when you're in the Boy Scouts. All these, you're learning something. And the thing is, once you learn this with 2 other people, then now you can do this stuff, and you are the professional in your area. And then at that time, you can go to the sheriff, and let's say you're into chemicals. You're learning chemicals, and you have the hazmat suit, the breathing breathing devices and stuff like that. And then you go to the sheriff, and you say you want to help him. You want to support your local sheriff. And if you have a truck wreck and it's got chemicals on it, they can give you a call. You'll come down. You'll check it out just within minutes. Yes, I know the state is going to be sending somebody down in a few hours, but you know, what are you going to do here at first? Do you need to panic? Well, you'll find out by calling me. I can come in. I've got the equipment. I can check this out, see if it's something you have to worry about or not. And then so you're giving support to your local sheriff. And now when you're helping the sheriff, when bad things happen, he knows he can depend on you, and you know you can depend on the local sheriff to make the wise decisions. He is the leadership of your county. And so you have to give him support, providing he's doing everything constitutionally correct and morally correct. Because the militias they don't have any certain laws that they go by. It's a constitutional, we have a constitutional right, and we have a moral responsibility, because this militia is to take care of you, your family, your friends, and your local community. And that's all. The next community, you can't do anything for them, but you can do a lot for your community. But you can't do it as an individual. But like I say, when you already have the relationships, you know where the knowledge is, you can get things done. There's going to be somebody in communications. So now, if you hear something, there's a radiation, and you know they're making a big thing about that. You know, somebody in communications, he can be on the ham radio and find out if there really is some kind of radiation out loose somewhere. I mean, you can get verification. You don't have to go by a panic. You know, like I say, if the military drives up and they say, well, you got 15 minutes and we're going to take you out of here because there's radiation, what are you going to do? You're probably going to panic. And can you even gather enough stuff in 15 minutes? And one of the things when they come by to pick you up, you know, they're not going to let you bring your guns with you. They're just going to load you up and take you down to some place where they tell you you're going to be safe. But you need to have a plan. Who are you going to work with? But like I say, by yourself, you're limited on what you can do. And I hate to even say it, but our morals are even stronger when we are with morally strong people. By yourself and standing by your strong morals is not that easy. It gets tough. But when you share good morals with others, when you stand, you can look around and you can see others standing with you. And it's a lot easier to stand by your morals when you get in that type of a situation. What do you think?
Mike, as you were just, I absolutely agree with you. There's no question about it. And as you were describing this, I was thinking of the scenario that you and I have talked about off the air multiple times over the years. And that scenario is there's a knock on the door. Doorbell rings. And there's a couple guys, maybe 2 or 3, and they come to your door and they say, there's an emergency. There's a radiation event. It's coming our way. We're evacuating now. Get in the truck. What are you going to do? What are you going to do in that situation? Mike, let's talk about that when we come back after this commercial announcement. What are you going to do? Are you going to get in the truck or are you going to stay home? By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
You're fired. According to the Small Business Administration, 75% of small businesses plan to eliminate jobs or reduce workers' hours to part-time. You're fired. According to Gallup, the unemployment rate recently jumped to nearly 9%, and the underemployment rate hit a staggering 17.9%. You're fired. 1 out of 3 young adults and 1 out of 2 recent college graduates are underemployed. Hello, I'm Keith Abel, a pharmacist and a home business entrepreneur. In 2011, I became one of those statistics myself. Instead of looking for another job in corporate America, I joined Dr. Joel Wallet, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. We're creating steady incomes for ourselves and would like to show you how to do the same. If you want to supplement your current income, replace your income, so you don't have to become one of the statistics, then give me a call toll-free at 866-257-3105, 866-257-3105. You're fired. Don't wait till you hear those words. Start creating an extra income today. 866-257-3105.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Mike Ma's with us, and we're talking about a three-man militia. Mike, do you have any stories about that you'd like to share about how the three-man militia worked for you?
Okay. I got into a shooting in a convenience store in 07. And it ended up, it was a street gang came into the convenience store to rob it. And, it ended up, I got into a gunfight with them. I won. And, but the thing was, they couldn't just let me get away with that. And so what they ended up doing, they came to my house, and like 12 or 15 of them. And, I wasn't there. And, my neighbors, they saw the cars drive up and these young kids running around with guns around my house, and they realized those weren't my friends. And so it ended up what I ended up doing when the police called me, and they were going to. It was funny because they were going to give me police protection, and the police protection, it's really something you see on TV. That stuff really doesn't happen. The main reason why they even did that in my case was I trained their SWAT team. So they knew who I was. They knew what I do, and they knew that if it was going to get really ugly, and that would make national news if we were to make contact with them, because I'm not intimidated by that many people. Why? I'm prepared for that stuff. That's what I do. And so anyway, after they called me and they said they're going to protect me and all this stuff, I said, oh, no problem. I'll be okay, And so what I ended up doing is calling my friends. And like I say, my friends, some are, like I say, in first aid and communications, but some aren't with weapons. And so I was able to get my own security force together just by a phone call. And like I say, that's what the three-man militia does. We protect ourselves, our families, and our friends. And so that was the really the biggest time that I've really used the three-man militia in the way of force. And we never had to do anything. But I was expecting a drive-by shooting is what I expected them to do. And but like I say, it just didn't turn out. But I also used it in business, the same concept in business. I found teams that could specialize in the kind of stuff, the goals that I needed to reach the main goal. And seeing that they were already specialized in their fields, all I had to do is explain to them what the goals were and, how they're going to benefit from it and all this kind of stuff. And they were, like I say, they're already trained. They're professionals at this. And so I just put them all together, and it didn't take no time at all. And I was able to do some really cool stuff. And that was down in Central America. I don't speak Spanish, and I was still able to make this happen. And many of the people I was dealing with don't even speak English, but they knew the goals, and they knew how everybody was going to benefit from these goals. And what it was, we all built relationships. They got to know other professionals. And so that's what we did. We all had relationships that brought us all together, and we had to trust each other. And like I say, I did a big thing that everybody thought, well, a gringo can't do something. He doesn't even speak the language. And so, but I say, I was able to make it work with the help of others. Like I say, you can do a lot when you're working with other people. You just have to know who. And that's what the three-man militia does. You find out who's doing a lot of this stuff. And like I say, a lot of it doesn't have anything to do with force. So, but you do need their knowledge and experience, and the ones that have it need to share it, and that's why even when those old people, I'm too old to, well, you have knowledge, you've learned things, you've got a responsibility to share it with others.
Mike, when we come back, let's talk about the knock on the door, the doorbell ringing, and what our response is. What is our response when they say, the 2 or 3 guys at the door who are wearing hazmat suits, white suits, respirators, there's a radiation event right down the road. We got to get out of here. Hop in the truck. Let's go. Get your family together right now. What do we do?
Your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? Katie offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to katiearmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to katiearmor.com. That's CATI armor.com. Come and take it.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection, security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USE-SILVER for your free catalog, or go to onesilversolution.com. onesilversolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
Atmospheric aluminum, mercury exposure, estrogen toxins from plastics, microwaves from cell phones and smart meters, and low-quality foods, all combine to create conditions for the very high incidence of disease in our society. Now more than ever, we all need to be consuming those foods and herbs that epigenetically signal the cells of our body to produce energy, create proteins, and detoxify. When we properly support our bodies, then even in these toxic times, we can promote and achieve excellent health. One World Whey is the first energetically encoded whey protein food derived from Amish pastured cows on the U.S. market. After 3.5 years, we've heard miracles occur for so many people. One World Whey has a track record of promoting detoxification, improvement in elimination, and improvements in energy, skin quality, and elimination of inflammation. One World Whey is formulated to mirror the macronutrient ratios found in mother's milk. Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworldwhey.com.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Class Mike Moss with us. NoStressMike.com. NoStressMike.com. If you'd like to contact him, you can contact him right through the website. Mike, so terrifying situation. Many of us have not thought this one through. So the doorbell rings, there's a knock on the door, there's 2 or 3 guys outside, they've got white suits on. It looks like there's a chemical event, a radiation event, something really serious is going through your mind because you see these guys that, like, you've never seen them dressed before at your front door. And they've got a truck and they say, get in the truck, get your family together, get in the truck. Right now, there's a radiation emergency. We've got to get you to safety. What are you going to do? Mike, let's talk about that, please.
All righty. Now, the first thing, what you're talking about is not anything, wow, boy, Vincent's got an imagination. No. What you're talking about is a fact. They do this all the time. Now, the circumstances, they might give you a different excuse each time, but the results is what they're looking for. Okay, Katrina in New Orleans. Okay, they had to go to the stadium. Okay, this is where they go. And the Chinese in 1949, the communists took over China by taking people out of the city. So they can come up with any excuse and get them out. And they got them out of the city and they worked them. And in other words, the older people would die, the ones that had enough intelligence to know this was wrong. They were forced out of the city onto the farms to work. The intelligent people, the ones that are smart enough to know about all this, they're out there working, but they can't physically handle the physical demand of farming. And so they died. That's how the communists took over. So another way, and I'm sure they did the same type of stuff in World War II and all wars all the time. They have to get you out of your area. Now, what you're talking about now here for us, okay, you're ready for most anything, I think. And I'm pretty much in Oklahoma. My community that I'm in, we have people that are skilled in most things already, and we're still working on different things we can do. And radiation is one of these things we're taking care of on that. And you have a radiation militia that knows what you need to do to prepare. That's why you have all this stuff. And but now you're saying they're at your door, and at my door, and they come looking like that. I'll put on my outfit. I got my same suit that goes on there. I've got radios that I can get a hold of the other people in my community, and they can verify what's going on, and we're ready to do what we have to do. We are not going anywhere, kind of like you. You're not going anywhere. But we've taken steps, so that's not really a good option for them. So, but they have to get you out of your comfort zone. But like I say, that's what preparing is all about, is preparing so you can either stay in your comfort zone or you can move to another comfort zone. You're not dependent on other people, where they're going to lead you and what they're going to do with you. Now in 2006, they had a bad hurricane, in Guatemala, and that's what they did. They herded the people in the low-lying areas, and next thing you know, they put them in a school, and next thing you know, they put a fence around it, and they said that they had some kind of weird fungus, and they couldn't let people come in and see them, and they couldn't let them out. So eventually, that all straightened out, but it took months for that to straighten out. And that's because nobody really knew what was going on, and that's why it did like that. That's why you need some kind of organization and working with people you can trust. And more than likely, whatever government it is, you won't be able to trust them. They have been known to lie and deceive, but you need to have a plan. Now, city people, they're at the mercy of everybody. Because like I say, your water could be contaminated, food, you're dependent on whatever the authorities, tell you. But like you and me, we're not. We've got other options, and we're in the position we can use those options. But like I say, I wouldn't, as long as you prepare for it and even have a place to go, then you don't need to go with them. Because I guarantee if you try to get in your car and drive off, for one thing, they're going to do roadblocks, because there's so much traffic and all this. They do that in, like right now in Venezuela, they're stopping everybody and taking food. They're taking control of the food. They're making everybody dependent on the government for food. So when they stop you, instead of looking at your driver's license, they want to search your vehicle to see if you have food, and they confiscate all your food. So you can't transport food. And for sure, you know, like I say, where I'm at, guns are illegal, so there's no guns, no weapons, none of that kind of stuff. So they're making you dependent on them. So you might not have all your stuff. Now, for our particular thing, we can concentrate our area by using ATVs, these little four-wheeler things. We can drive around that. We can take our family into places. We know where we can go already. We don't need the assistance of anybody other than ourselves. And that's what you need to strive for, is figure out what you're going to do. Because if you wait for that time, you're pretty much cooked. I don't know what you're going to do. It's a bad situation. And it happens. It's reality.
Mike, one of the things that we've learned from this lesson is never open the door in the first place. Never open your door to these people in the first place, because you may be escorted out at gunpoint. But if you don't open your door, at least you have a little more time to execute your plan.
Yes.
Mike, in World War II, there's a group of people who were rounded up for their own safety. They were put into ghettos. They were rounded up, and then they were put on, once they were in the ghettos, they were in a confined area where they could easily be rounded up, and then ever smaller and smaller areas, and then finally into a really small area, which was a concentration camp or multiple concentration camps. The last thing that we want to do is be a victim. And if you're behind barbed wire, electric fence wire, concertina wire, and you have guns being pointed at you, you really don't have a lot of options. So the plan is, don't let that happen. Don't be a victim. Don't get rounded up. What do you think?
Yes. And also, once they get you like that, they got control of your diet, of what you're going to drink, the air you're going to breathe, and they got total control of you. And I guarantee none of it is going to be healthy for you. I mean, you can't even gather a bunch of chickens together. You know, like, look what they're doing with the chickens now. They're raising the chickens. They put them, so many of them, that they feed them all this nasty stuff. The air isn't even good for them. That's why the chickens, even chicken isn't even that healthy to eat like it used to be. And it's the same thing with the humans. They can't just stack you up in places. But that's exactly what they're going to do. They have to. That's the only way they can control people. You have to be dependent on them. So the idea is, don't be dependent. Have options.
Mike, I was thinking as you're talking about the chickens. When I lived in Virginia, I had a friend who raised chickens. And they were from a large brand name chicken place. Actually, here's what happened. I'll even name the name, Tyson. Tyson Chickens. What they do is they work with a farmer and they say, I'll tell you what, we'll help you set up your chicken barn. And here are the waterers you need. We'll bring the food. We'll bring the chicks. All you have to do is make sure that the electricity's up and running. They have ventilation. And we'll drop the chicks off. You feed them the food that we provide. And in 49 days, we'll come pick them up. The life expectancy of these chicks is about 7 weeks. 7 weeks. So I wanted some chickens to eat the ticks, and I didn't know much about chickens back then. And so I got 6 chicks. They were all white, the same kind that Tyson raises. And these chicks grew really fast. Really fast. They got really fat. They got fat so fast that they could not walk. They couldn't move. They just kind of ate and stayed still. They couldn't find ticks because they couldn't move. They actually used their wings to help maintain their balance. And the tips of their wings became bloody because they used them as feet to move. But they couldn't move. And they all died just after 49 days, upside down of heart attacks. They're engineered to grow really fast and die. Now, the chicks that we have here at the farm, we've had them for years. And they're still hunting ticks and bugs and grasshoppers, and they're doing just fine as long as you keep the predators away. So there's a huge difference between the chickens that are factory chickens and the chickens that are free-range chickens. Huge difference. So you're absolutely right. And also, to put one more exclamation point on this, Mike Parsons, USAPrepares.com instructor, has been to the farm. He's been in prison multiple times. He ran for office. He won the election, and they decided they needed to sideline him, make sure he did not get his way with ending the corruption in Tipton County, Tennessee. So he's been in prison, and he's been fed prison food. He's lost weight. His hair's thinned out. It was really rough. Exactly what you're saying is exactly what happens. So we're here to say that, yeah, you might have read stories about this. We're here to tell you, we know the people who have experienced this. Mike Parsons is one. Mike Ma, combat Marine. Not many people who are Marines saw combat, but Mike did. Mike experienced this. And he's learned how to adapt and survive, and that's what he's teaching us right here, right now at USAPrepares.com. NoStressMike.com. NoStressMike.com. He's an author. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618, blockitpocket.com. Enhancing health and privacy.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares Unfiltered and Untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares Untapped and Off the Grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Numana, the true pioneer of healthy storable foods and preparedness products, has gone and done it again. Numana is now the first food storage company in the country to offer organic powdered milk free of hormones. Our goal is to change the way you look at storable food. Numana is GMO-free, contains no high fructose corn syrup, aspartame, or artificial ingredients. Numana's great tasting and easy to fix meals are perfect for emergencies or a quick dinner for your family this weekend. We also offer the revolutionary Defender Pack, which combines organic superfoods with the GMO-free meals our customers rave about. Go to powerprepper.com or call 877-817-9829 today to learn more. That's 877-817-9829. Numana, food storage you'll love to eat. See our selection at powerprepper.com.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USILVER for your free catalog, or go to onesilversolution.com. Onesilversolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
Class, if you'd like to see what Mike Ma looks like, you can go to nostressmike.com. Mike, I'm looking at, I clicked on one of the pictures to enlarge it, and there's a picture of you on your green motorcycle. You've got your table strapped to the left side of your motorcycle, where you relieve pain and stress through your healing process. And then you've got your dog Xena on your lap, traveling through the United States. So that's one picture of Mike Ma. And by the way, you have a bandana on, so you can't see your face. And it looks, some people might think that you look like a bandit, Mike, but that's not the case, right? Because you're traveling, your dog has goggles on, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's protection. Yeah.
Yeah, protection from the flying objects like bugs and things. There's another picture of Mike Ma at the Get Prepared Expo on stage. You'll get a chance to see what he looks like there. And then there's another a picture of Mike Ma at the Get Prepared Expo teaching a group, a seminar group. Every single seat is filled. Mike, Topeka, Kansas, Mother Earth Expo. Let's see, is that tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow and Sunday.
Tomorrow and Sunday, you're going to be in Topeka, Kansas at the Mother Earth Fair.
Yes.
What will you tell us? What you're going to be doing, Mike?
I'll be doing Hoi Chi, What it is, it's open the energy. I've figured out, like I say, I came from the world of violence, and I do combat. And the way to hurt somebody is you hit them in a certain spot, and the energy stops moving, and that causes pain instantly. And what I've learned is not only just that, but I can tell weak organs, and I find anything that hurts, there's a reason. And all the pain is normally a symptom. And as the body heals, what do we do to stop it from healing? That's the contaminated food that we eat, the contaminated water we drink. That stops the body from healing. And so what I'm able to do is find out the parts of your body that aren't working right and give you ideas on what you can do to get them functioning properly. And the side effect is your pain goes away. Now, if you continue doing whatever you were doing, the pain comes back. But if you change your ways, your life will improve. And it's taking personal responsibility. Just like everything I talk about is you taking control of you. And it works well. Works well.
Mike, have you ever had anybody challenge your tactics, your methods when you're talking about survival? Have you ever had anybody challenge you when you're on stage?
No, not when I'm on stage. Normally, when I'm talking face to face, people know who I am or know of me. And so they're looking to learn more for themselves. And now, when on the internet, I'm always challenged all the time. And I say, because they don't know anything about me or who I am. And most people, the only thing they're familiar with is what happens in their own world. And if it hasn't happened to them, then I guess it's not going to happen. So it's just my world just happens to be a little bigger than most people's world. And that's why I come across more things. And that's why I share all this stuff. But and I tell everybody that criticize me, I could be wrong. I'm always looking for an easier way. And all they have to do is come down and show me. And but like I say, when I teach by giving stories and examples, so you know what we're getting into, and that's how come that situation I can do particular things. Like we're talking about my last time we talked, I talked about my eyeball falling out. Well, it only works in certain cases, and that's the same thing when you're using force and all this other stuff. It only works in certain cases, and I hate force. I'm always scared. I know somebody's going to get hurt. I just don't want to take a chance it's going to be me. So I'd rather work something out without that.
Mike, it's always great spending time with you. I truly mean that. So, class, you've been exposed to 2 hours of Mike Ma, my dear friend, and you're a senior USAPrepares.com instructor. He's from Central America, and every once in a while he comes up here. He's been to a bunch of our expos, and he's a real treat to spend time with. Mike, thanks so much for being with us today. Class,
thanks for having me.
You're certainly welcome. Class will be on the Bunker Files today. It's going to be live, 2 to 4. Above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next is up to you. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.